Hernan Cortes funded his own expedition to the American mainland and became pretty much a renegade after his commission was revoked by the governor of Cuba. He landed in Veracruz and tried to build some alliances with the locals. He landed with 1,000 men or so, roughly 600 of them were soldiers. He scuttled his fleet, so that his men couldn't go back to Cuba and march towards Tenochtitlan. There he exploited the prophecy that a man would arrive from the east and would become their god and ruler. The Emperor Moctezuma became willingly a prisoner of Cortes and gave him lots of gold as well. In the meantime, another Spanish force landed with the intention to capture Cortes dead or alive. Cortes left the garrison in Tenochtitlan and took the rest of his men to face this threat. Despite being greatly outnumbered, he managed to defeat that force and actually got most of their men to join his force. In Tenochtitlan, the rest of the nobles didn't like the fact that the Spaniards were treated like gods and that the emperor was their puppet, so trouble was brewing. The commander of the garrison, Alvarado, decided to make a preemptive strike by slaughtering a lot of people in a festival that was held in the Great Temple. Cortes arrived shortly after this. He had 1,500 men and a few thousand allied natives. The whole city would rise against him. Emperor Moctezuma was killed and the Spanish were besieged. They had to retreat. Note that Tenochtitlan was built on an island and they had to use a narrow causeway, where a lot of their men were lost. Legend has it that Alvarado walked on water to escape. In their retreat they were harassed by the Aztec army, and what was left of their force was some 500 men and a few hundred natives. Come to the Battle of Otamba, the Aztecs gathered a force of a couple of 100,000 men with the intention to capture the Spaniards and sacrifice them to their gods. The men of Cortes read their last rites, and knowing that they would probably be sacrificed and tortured if they surrendered, they decided to fight to the last man. They had one weapon that the Aztecs didn't know of: heavy cavalry. The Aztecs had never seen horses and were about to see war horses charging towards them. Outnumbered 100 to 1, they won the battle by killing the enemy commander, then found their way to Tlaxcala, where they regrouped and went on to defeat the Aztecs. Actually, the Aztec Empire collapsed on its own by the diseases the Europeans had brought with them.